Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A masculine man stays on mission. Now, I might have talked about something similar to this, but you know Rom I hammer stuff in. Plus, always get new people. But, hey look, if you're a masculine man, one part of being masculine is staying on mission, staying on purpose, if you want to call it that, staying on whatever you want to do, staying on mission. Every man, first of all, to be masculine, you need to have a mission. You're not just here just to sit back and chill out. One of the saddest things is when I encounter a male who's not doing anything. Notice I said a male. Because a truly masculine man got something he's doing with his life. Now, it don't have to be anything major. It don't have to be something world shaking. It could be you know what? It could be saying, you know what? He's going to be a great father. And I've met some men, that was their biggest mission. Some men that was their mission. They were just going to be the best father they were going to be, Other men, they might say, hey, I'm going to be this big businessman. Other men saying, well, I'm going to be healing. Whatever it is, you got to stick with it. That's how you masculine. Like I would say, any man I would talk to, if I want to know how masculine they truly are, I was like, oh, well, what is it you doing for your life? What are you doing? When I encounter males who say, well, I don't know, I'm just like, what? Now, I can tolerate it if they're young, if they're teenagers or something, or even in their early 20s. I say, okay. But every man should be on mission by the time he hits 30. If he's not on mission, if he ain't sure what he's going to do, or he don't know what he's going to do, and he reaches his 30s and worse, even his 40s or 50s, he's not taking advantage of his masculinity. Because a big part of being masculine is just being active, doing something, going something, having a job, having a job. And when I say job, not just working someplace, anybody could work someplace, but knowing what they're going to do. Knowing this is my mission. This is what I'm going to do. This is my purpose. This is what I'm on earth to do. And like I said, you can get some men, their mission could be like world altering or something global. Other men, they could say, well, no, this is what I'm doing on a smaller scale, helping out people. It could be somebody, like I said, a family thing. Let's talk about that family thing. A true family man, that's a mission in itself, because a true family man is not just taking care of his wife, but he's taking care of his children. He's making sure that they doing okay. Hey, and that's something. And I've known some men, I've heard of some men who were doing that, and that's powerful. That's powerful out here. Some men who've worked on jobs, maybe 2 or 3 jobs, just to make sure their children could go to college, their children could really make something of themselves. And that's powerful in itself. Hey, and that's a mission. And there's no shame in that mission, because every single man was going to have something different and unique to him. Like a masculine man, he's going to do not what society wants him to do, but he's going to do something for himself, but it's still going to be his mission. And his mission is important. Let me use the family man example again. A man just taking care of his family, being a protector, being a warrior, that's something in itself. Making sure that his sons and daughters stay out of trouble, that they do the best thing. There's been plenty of men who've done that. Indeed, there's been some men who went even a step further, make sure, like I remember seeing a clip of this guy who bought this property, like a bunch of properties, just so his sons would have something. They would have generational wealth. That was his mission. And there was nothing wrong with that. Other men might show their sons, their daughters how to just hunt or something like that. They still doing something. Very important what they're doing. But whatever the case, whether it's doing something for their family, whether it's doing something for their community, whether it's doing something on a global scale, they stay on mission. Because sometimes it's not always hard, it's not always easy to stay on mission. Stuff is going to happen. You're going to run into obstacles. Sometimes you're going to fall into that hole. You're going to run into those detours. But somebody on mission, they're going to keep it going no matter what. If they fall into that hole, they're just going to crawl out of it. They run into that wall, they're going to figure out a way over it or around it. Shoot, maybe even through it, depending on the situation. They're going to do what they have to do. They're going to stay on it. They have their purpose. Every single man needs to have that. Every single man. Every single man watching this. You need to ask yourself, okay, what is my mission? And like I said, it don't have to be exciting. It don't have to even make money. But it's your mission, you know? Heck, even though it could be like to help the women in your life do something. You know, you could be like the lion in that lion's pride. If that's your mission, that's your mission. See, another thing too is you ain't gonna look down on another man's mission. And whatever your mission is, don't allow anybody to look down on it. Because if that's what you're going to do, that is what you're going to do. You need to stick with it. And you got to stay on it. More than anything else, you got to stay on it. Because like I said, you're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into people who try to tell you to do something else. But see, you're not really doing it for yourself. If somebody try to say, well, you should do this, you should do that. You know, if they good friends with you, you can take into consideration what they're saying, but you ultimately do what you're going to do. You know, recently I was giving somebody a suggestion on some things he could be doing to make some more money. But see, I remember when we talked again and he was telling me the stuff he's actually working on. I respect him for it. I respect him for it because that was his mission. That's what he was going to do, right? And you know, like I said, you're always going to get some people. They might see something different, but they're not you. You know inside, as a man, you know inside what you are called to do, what you have a burning desire to do, and you got to stay on it. And you can't be jumping mission to mission either. Once you decided, you're going to do it. You're going to stay on it. You're going to be doing what you need to do. Not what somebody else suggests that you do, but what you need to do. All right? I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to really stay on that because one of the biggest problems that we have out here, we have too many men that aren't on any type of mission. You know, at best, they might work a job, but it's not a mission. No, but you need to be on mission. You know, and it could be a part of your job. It might not be. And let me say something real quick about that. Sometimes you're going to be doing stuff on a job and it's not part of your mission, but it helps support your mission. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you might have to get a job for myriad reasons. I always joke around and said I had 1,000 jobs, but regardless of the job, always stay with my basic mission. All right. So I want y'all to think about that. Stay on mission no matter what. So I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.